Nowadays there seems to be no room in the world for working men's clubs. What was once a vital necessity in some people's lives is not anymore. Why is this? Working men's clubs were formed in 1862. They were mostly aimed at the middle classes, but later on in life, clubs were set up for a typical working class man. A working man's day could be extremely stressful. Therefore, it was the norm for them to attend their local club after a hard day's work. With the number of customers attending working men's clubs declining by the day, what is to blame? The recession, the smoking ban, alcohol prices, supermarket booze. There are many aspects that could apply to this question. Why are working men's clubs losing customers, and what does the future hold?
Right, I'm 65 now, and I first started attending working men's clubs when I was a teenager.
When I was 21-year-old, because you had to be 21 in them days to join a workman's club.
I came in 1958 and there was that long of a list to get made members. I got made a member in 1966.
It was a just normal thing. See, at my age, when you're a young man, it was a normal part of like being a young lad. You join a workman's club. But when I was 20-year-old, 21, you could go out all night on a 50p piece.
You'd be talking about 12 pence in modern day money.
But the beer was in a way subsidised in clubs, and that was an attractive thing about clubs.
So what was your view on the smoking ban?
That was a good thing, because I've never smoked in my life, although when I was young everyone smoked. And all my life my clothes have stunk of tobacco, but now they don't because the smoking ban. But lots of lads who smoke said they'd stop coming in, but they still do.
It's killing it. I mean, all these people what wanted it banning, where are they all? They're not using the pubs and the clubs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They just generally wanted it out.
They've got it banned, but where are they?
Yeah.
They're all saying they don't want to go in places full of smoke. They don't go in anywhere.
The number one amalgamated club has been around for many years. What was once an extremely busy club now struggles for business. Throughout the week there is bingo to play, karaoke to sing, as well as a game of snooker and a nice pint to enjoy. Throughout the week people still attend, but it's not as busy as it used to be.
When did you first start attending the number one amalgamated?
This club, I joined in 1967, first day it opened I joined. I say I'm a sports committee man and all the way through darts, and I come out now Mondays night, Monday night, Thursday night karaoke. I like singing the karaoke, and Sunday lunchtime. Majority of the blokes in the club was a workman's club, they're nearly all working, you know what I mean? So come here, never any problems, no trouble. So the younger under 30s over there and the over 30s over there, but they're all characters, you know what I mean? Like one of the old chaps, I was going to buy, he said to me, get us a bag of crisp, Jono. I said, what flavour? He said, try potato. And things like that, they're quick with a wit, you know what I mean? They're all good banter here. So I go in the bar now on the afternoon, then it old say 150. If I go in afternoon now, there'll be 4 people in.
North Holmesby Working Men's Club is another club in Middlesbrough. One of the most modern and up-to-date clubs there is. It underwent a £1 million refurbishment in 2008 to build better facilities, an upstairs lounge, overall making it a more enjoyable experience.
What was it like back in the olden days when you first started?
Well, in the old days, the basic in the old days, they were built for what they were meant as, workmen's clubs.
So 1960s, 70s, it used to be really busy, particularly at weekends, and as many people talk about when they look back to the past, you had to sometimes queue to get in.
But things changed, but it's just, I think a lot of clubs have lost their way. Like our club absolutely, the one I call our club, the Workies, beautifully decorated, perfectly, it's absolutely marvellous.
Do you know, like they spent £1 million on the refurbishment? Has that brought more people in there? Do you know?
It's brought more people into the big room upstairs, because we didn't have a big room upstairs. Right. So therefore you couldn't hire the room out. You could hire it out during the week, but you couldn't hire it out on a weekend because it was getting used all the time. You know, but our clubs have changed. I mean, for instance, the other Sunday night I went in, and in the big room, I go in the bar now, but in the big room, there was only, by the end of the night, once the bingo was over, there was 19 people sat in there. That's all there was.
So, is this what the future holds? Do working men's clubs have to depend on parties and similar events to survive?
And so when did you first start running working men's clubs?
First club we had was in 1986.
96, yeah. So what was the name of that club?
Park Gardeners.
So who did you run that club with?
The committee run the club.
Yeah, so were you secretary or?
No, I was a steward.
Steward, right.
Yeah, I've always been a steward.
I've been a steward. Yeah.
I was the club steward.
There's been a massive decline in customers of late.
Yeah.
What do you think the reasons are for this?
Well, that's what it is. It's the cheap booze in the supermarkets, isn't it?
I go to, whereas as an older year, I get 10 pints of Guinness for £8, that's 80 pence a can. But the price is ridiculous, you know what I mean? So that puts people off coming out.
What they do now, they tend to get tanked up at home.
Yeah.
And they go downtown at 11 o'clock and do what they do.
The Blythe Home Working Men's Club in Stockton is another club that struggles for business. With regulars attending throughout the week, enjoying events such as quiz nights and bingo, the club can attract a good amount of customers. But the issue still arises. Why are customer numbers declining?
What do you think the future holds for generally just working men's clubs? Do you think they'll stay open, or do you just think they'll wrap in?
I think the young people don't go in. Man, there's a lot coming here, but it's only up to the stewardess she gets them in. Dart matches and things like that. But it's the young ones don't come in the
It's
club.
kind of skipped a generation, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Pass it on.
And all the old people, we're getting on now, you know, aren't we?
Yes.
Well, you and that.
Yeah. Oh, coffee
He's
dodgers.
left you behind.
No way out.
Ah, yeah. Coffin dodgers, yeah.
Sons and daughters now, or sons, that haven't followed on with the dads ever.
That's it, yeah. They used to years ago. The dads come in the club, the sons come in the club. But now there's a generation gap now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, working men's clubs are not what they used to be. A lot of changes have happened, both good and bad. Some clubs are trying to keep up with the times, but some are stuck in their old ways. Overall, it looks as if working men's clubs will not be here for much longer. But if you want them to stay, then it's up to you to attend. The future depends on you.